God, I can't fucking believe this. Jesus. What's up, Ben? Welcome. I'm not sure how well this is gonna go, honestly. I was originally gonna do this stream without having my microphone on because I wanted to use direct audio, but then I found out that the audio cable for my DS is broken. All it does is output static. And it's not my DS, it's definitely the cable. So I can't use that. I've been doing fine. I recently moved. I used to live with my grandparents, but now I don't. So I've got a new setup. The internet's better here. That's good. So we're gonna give this a shot. Thanks, Awkward, and hopefully I do better. This does have a chance to be the world record, assuming I don't choke massively. And I also added a new split because I want to keep track of how well I do with cipher codes. So, I guess I'll just get this started. Alright, now we get to type for a bit. I'll also be using a few new cipher codes. We had someone who messed with the game's data and found out there's actually a few cipher codes that go unmentioned in the game and haven't been mentioned anywhere on the internet. And so we have a few new codes that I will be using. There was one that would be very useful, but the game won't let you use it because it contains the word glasses, and the game has a censor on text, and so it censors ass in glasses, so you can't use it. Which is unfortunate because the card you would get from it is very useful. Alright, here's one of the new codes. Yeah. Yeah. Got it. Oh crap, I just realized that the O is supposed to be capital. Yeah. Don't worry, it gets better after this. For getting mod, you might want to just ask Joka. I don't know too much. As far as I know, all you can do is just ask Joka. That's how I've been modded in a lot of other things. No, it gets better after this, because this is just tedious typing. And it's also very difficult, because despite it being a DS game, they didn't put the keypad on the touchscreen, so I have to type it all like this. Thankfully, once all these codes are over, I don't have to do any of this kind of menuing anymore. The game has very little menuing. Okay, this is another new code. Alright, one more card after this. Alright, we're almost done. And this is also a new code. Okay, so now we're done with all that. So now we can finally get started with the actual game. Yeah, that's why I don't like to reset in this game, because having to reset means I get to do all that tedious bull crap again. Also, I'm not sure how my mic is going to hold up. My microphone's been acting really weird lately. I just realized I didn't grab my stylus. Gonna need to wait till a free moment to grab my stylus. What's up, Mabu? Alright, now we get to edit everything and put in everything we got. So now everything that we put in all those codes for are now in our folder. Alright. Managed to reach over and grab my stylus. This is one of the cards I got from the emails. So is this. The cards that we get are pretty overpowered, which is why we grab them, obviously, because of such. Yeah, I used to have a stylus that had a Pikachu at the top, but because of how much space the Pikachu took up, it actually couldn't slide into my DS, so I had to have it in a case. Oh my god, this encounter rate. Can you please not? Alright, can we get a good jammer fight? That was pretty decent. But you like the sound of my start button, because you're probably going to hear a lot of it. And consider yourself lucky that you can't hear it, as these things are pretty loud. Alright, so we're coming up to the first real boss area. Bad draw. That was really bad. At least it was only one encounter, though. Could have been worse. Ah. So I guess I should actually go back and explain something. So the thing that I spent all that time doing at the start of the game, those are called cipher codes. They're basically special emails that you would normally get the code for by doing side quests in the game later on. Now, because, I know the codes, I can just put them in at the start. Since the game doesn't have any way of checking, it just automatically lets you use them if you have the code. Now, some of the ones that I said that we didn't use before, that's because some cipher codes were not put into the game or just not translated or just left behind by the localization team. And because of that, the codes were left in the data but go unused and unmentioned. Recently, a guy named Prof9 went and messed with the game's data and found these cipher codes hidden in the game's data and tried using them to find out that they actually work. All except one. There's one cipher code that the game will not let you use because the game has a censor on the text you can put in. And so one of the codes has the word glasses in it. And because the word glasses has ass in it, the game will censor it, not letting you use the code. And the time I'm losing is because of the new codes. I'm also bad at typing them, so. We'll lose some time here, but hopefully save it all later by having these codes. Uh, Along with the time I could save from having these extra cards, there's also time I can save later on because I lost 5.5 minutes in one split during my PB. So if I just don't choke there, I can save a lot of time. Yeah, we didn't get a perfect fight. Unfortunate. That's what I was that's what I would have liked to have drawn at the start. So, just like any other game or RPG game, elements play a role here. And drawing that card that I just ended that fight with would do critical damage to him and would kill him in one shot. So ideally you would draw that first turn, but I wasn't lucky enough. Mm. Yeah. Okay. And for some reason, there's these random text boxes that you can't skip by pressing start. Even though they're a part of the cutscene, you can't skip them. You have to actually like press A to go through them for some reason. Well, it's an exhibit. I'll never get that no encounter again. Thanks, Kilios. Hopefully, these new codes lead me to some form of victory. Unfortunately, I already failed the no encounter space entering space sim. Maybe I'll get lucky and get a no encounter snake comps like method. Wow, one encounter only. Um, Prof ended up finding some cipher codes that were in the game's data but being unused, and so we have the S Fist instead of the M Breath. We have Vulcan Seed. We have Break Saber, and yeah. Yeah, I've got everything just typed down, so. Well, all the complete list is on uh, the EXE zone, so if you want to go look at that, Prof's got a post with all of them. The only thing that's annoying is one really useful card in there we can't use because the game censors it. I'm getting really good luck on my cards in these encounters. Maybe. I don't know. I'm kind of hoping I'll take it this run because I won't. Hopefully, I won't choke for 5 minutes. Oh, you did? I guess I missed that, but congrats. Star Wars 2 still has a lot of stuff it can have done to it. Like, I honestly feel like, as you know, despite the fact that my record was originally beaten by like 12 minutes in this game, I feel like Star Force 1 is probably the closest to being as low as it can get. Yeah, Star Force 2 bores the crap out of me. Like, that's why I stopped running it, is it got so boring. The game is basically just start and wait for charge sword, and that's it. That's the whole speedrun. I don't think it'll get sub 3 hours. There'd have to be something serious to get sub 3 hours. Because it's just barely getting pushed to like 310, so I don't think it'll get sub 3. Something serious would have to happen. There'd have to be like some major glitch or something. Eh. Oh, why'd that guy have to get in my face? This is a bad fight. Oh, okay, thank Christ. Screw the dashy viruses. Those guys freaking suck. I always think I'm gonna make those. Yet I never do. But I keep pushing it because I'm a fucking idiot. Are you kidding me right now, game? Could you bully me any harder? Well, this just fell apart really fast. In fact, I really hate saving in this game. I really do. But please, for the love of Jesus, heal me. Thank you. Worst part of the game. Worst part of the game. These ducks are single-handedly the most aggravating part of this game. Universally hated. Okay, that's what I like to see. No encounters. Yeah. Are you kidding me? Screw your encounters. I don't know why I only took an air spread. Wow, that worked out. Okay. I'll take it. So we're coming up on the part where my game crashed during a race a while back. I'm using a different copy, but I swear to Christ if that happens again. Okay. Game just decided to not lock on for me. That's cool. Yeah, it's not like I wanted you to lock on or anything, game. Hey, we passed it. Oh my god, I'm fucking stupid. Wow, I'm dumb. I can't believe I did that. I completely just stood there and missed. I'm not very intelligent. Nope. My encounter luck is not good. I'm getting destroyed by encounters here. Wow, that went surprisingly well. Wow. Thanks, game. Are you kidding me? What's up, Gym Freak? I did not mean to do that. Alright, just one more of these things and it's over. And these encounters can finally cool their tits. So for those of you that don't know, I will be doing Star Force tomorrow for a marathon over on RPG Limit Break. So, if you want to watch that train wreck, their Twitch is just RPG Limit Break. And you can go there. The marathon starts tomorrow. I'll be doing my run at near 2 p.m. PST. So you can watch that if you want. See how that goes. We used to do our own marathons on a yearly basis, and then I don't remember who pitched the idea, but we ended up talking to the people that run RPG Limit Break, and they occasionally let other communities host a marathon on their channel to get exposure. And so we went and talked to them, and they offered to let us use their channel. But the only thing that we couldn't do is we can't use their channel to raise money for charities, which is what we used to do. Our marathons were always to raise charity or money for charities like Doctors Without Borders or Child's Play or something like that. But RPG Limit Break told us that we can't do that. We can't use their channel to acquire money. So we're just doing a normal marathon without any donation incentives or anything like that. Now comes another irritating part of the run. One of the last few parts where using the touchscreen is required. Well, I guess there's still more parts, but this is like the last part where touchscreen is very heavy in a scenario. You don't even necessarily have to use the touchscreen for this part. You can use the face buttons, but using the touchscreen is just easier. That wasn't too bad. In my PB, I failed the very last one, which I haven't done since my first run. So how's everyone doing? I haven't asked that yet, so I want to know if everyone's doing okay. It's a nice Thursday? Yeah, Thursday, I think it is. very bad when it comes to time. Shut up, Mabu. Nobody asked you. Shouldn't you be off playing CSGO with all the other nerds? That's good. Juggling Smash and Monster Hunter? Literally a god? Pokemon XD is actually really good. I've only seen like a few runs of it, but it seems really good. Same with Coliseum. Yeah, having time for long runs is always a problem. This is like the longest game I run, so I've got to like dedicate a lot of time to it. Also, Mabu, you're implying you can't just like close your 3DS. I know what you're really doing. What's your team consist of? I want to see if your team's actually decent or not. Yeah. Interesting team. Once you beat the Elite Four, you should fight me. I've still got my copy lying around. I haven't touched it since I beat the Elite Four. I think I did like 10 minutes of the Delta episodes, Then I realized that I have to backtrack a million times over, so I stopped. Oh, by the way, I can't skip this cutscene, so I'm just mashing through it all. There's a few of these. Yeah, pretty good song. I'd love to hear that in real life. Someone going like some band gets their own concert and then it's just them all saying la 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 la, but still has like the normal like $80 admission to a concert. I'd be pretty mad. Then again, I've only really been to one concert, so I mean, as far as I know, that's what they could do. My hand's getting tired. So because I don't use a webcam or really mention it, the way I mash if there's like a long cutscene, the way I mash in this game is I hold my DS sideways and mash A and B with both my thumbs. And so holding it like that gets tiring very fast. What's interesting is right here, the panic music is actually supposed to be playing, but for some reason it doesn't. And it's evidenced by when you pulse in right here, the panic music just starts playing randomly. Yep, just random panic music. And then when the cutscene's over, the panic music isn't playing. Alright, here's the best fight in the game. Great fight. So you can handle that fight in two ways. You can either sit there and shoot him a bunch and hold him off for I think it's a minute and a half, and you can't damage him. He literally takes no damage from anything you do. So you can hold him off for a minute and a half, or you can just die. And dying is faster, so we're just gonna kill ourselves. Yep. I'm always, I always give the best messages. Everyone should listen to what I say. Now, we get to do fun little trials, and I will actually be using the shot for the first time in the game. Because we don't buy too much in this game. All we buy is health upgrades. And that's because everything else we can buy is useless. Any card we can buy is just a waste of money. And then there are these things called cloakers, which make it so you don't get into random encounters as long as you have enough health to meet the requirements for it. But they're broken in this game. There's a bug with the way that the cloakers work, and that is the way it's intended to work is you hold on to the cloaker until it runs out. And it has 250 steps, something like that. But it's broken to the point where if you get into an encounter, the cloaker just disappears. So if you use a cloaker, then get into a fight, it's just gone. So there's no point to it. We don't bother with them. They fixed them in every other Star Force game. They function like they're supposed to in the other ones, but this one, they're just kind of broken. Yeah, I'm a model citizen. Mabu, go jump off a cliff. Oh my god, are these guys gonna cover each other? Okay, that's good. Almost nobody runs this game because it's the longest one of the three, and there isn't really too much that makes it go by faster. Star Force 2, people use these things called wave commands to give you Tribe King, which is like an overpowered version of Mega Man. Star Force 3 has white cards and then noise forms that add a little bit of RNG, but make it, if you get a specific setup, you can go significantly faster than any casual player would. But with this game, there isn't really too much of that. There isn't like, it's all kind of luck based. This one is more luck based than the other ones, which is why nobody really plays it. I do it because this is my favorite one, and so I don't really care. I like the other ones. I used to run Star Force 2, but the way that the speedrun works, it just gets boring very, very fast. And then Star Force 3, I want to learn, but it's just a hassle. So, oh my god. How unfortunate. That was annoying. Yes, Dragon is the fastest version. Your Star Force form and your Giga card do the most damage out of every version. It goes, Leo is the slowest, then Pegasus, then Dragon. Yeah, this is one of the shorter scenarios. I'm already about to start like the boss comps. Yeah, you can definitely tell they didn't really care with how short it is. They just needed another idea, and so they just spit out something. Whatever they could get away with spitting out, they did it. Alright, another tutorial. Now we can finally get our revenge on this guy. Now we actually do damage to this guy. So, we're gonna beat him up. We're gonna bully the shit out of him. Get bullied. Wow, no encounters. I'm surprised. Okay, so here's one of the more annoying areas. Now, if anyone that's played this remembers these math questions and such you get asked, well, we just mash through them. We don't care about the HP loss. We're just gonna tank it. We're gonna take it all head first. Sometimes you get lucky and you just constantly get the right answer by sheer luck. And then sometimes you don't, and then you take 10 damage. And then you just pray and pray that you don't get killed. Yep, pretty much. Too cool for math. Who gives a crap? I was like, that's how I was in actual school. Like, I never really cared about math, and so I wouldn't really do any of the assignments. And then when it came to the tests, I'd just get a perfect score, and the teacher was always confused. But it's what you would call naturally gifted. I did that with a lot of stuff. Like when I was in high school, I took architectural design where I didn't do much, but and the teacher, like when it came to the final, the teacher's like, "You have to get a perfect score on this to actually pass, otherwise you're screwed." And he's like, "And I highly doubt you'll get a perfect score." And then what did I do? I got a perfect score. I got an A plus on the final, which brought my grade up from like a D to like a B. And the teacher was not happy. Now I'm gonna get an encounter right after this. Yep. When you're in that area there, your step counter, which is what the game uses to determine if you get into an encounter or not, continuously goes up, regardless, because you can't get an encounter during that whole section, but the step counter continues to stack up. And so when you exit, the game lets the step counter take control, and so there's a high chance you'll get into an encounter right away. I don't want to go into that because then these guys will do super amounts of damage to me. Alright. And that right there is why I don't give a crap. I just get healed by the game. Pick up the free health. I don't even think as a kid I even bothered to answer these. I think I just rushed to it as well because I didn't care. Of course, as a kid I bought every HP up I could, so I had a million health. So it didn't matter. Now, if this fight doesn't heal me, I'm probably gonna save just to make sure that I don't crash and burn. And it didn't heal me. Okay. Alright, we're going into safety mode here. Yeah, that's what would have liked to have drawn immediately. Jeez, the one thing I hate about living in a basement is it gets really dark really fast over here. It's not even that late, and yet my room's almost pitch black. Oh, so this is the part of the game where I said I could save 5 minutes. I spent a lot of time redoing a fight in my PB that I really shouldn't have to have refought. And it's aggravating. And in the race that I got a PB in, one of the racers who wasn't doing his first run but was going for like one of his first few real attempts, ended up getting no encounters throughout this entire next area that I'm gonna go into. And it was absurd. And he's got a highlight of it as well. Just going through the whole area, no encounters whatsoever. And there is a way to avoid encounters. Not, like, completely, but there is a way to avoid them. But he did it, like, no encounters whatsoever, and it was insane. Of course, he didn't take... It like, brought him closer to us, but he was still behind. And then I think he died to the same boss that we did a lot, and so he gave up. So there we got a new weapon. The problem with this weapon is when you have it equipped, you get more money, but at the risk of any other reward you would get in the game. So you have to be very careful. That also means that you can't get health drops, by the way. So if you're at low HP, you want to unequip it and equip something else so you have a chance to get health. But I got really unlucky in my PB, and then I had 1 HP before the boss, and I did like 6 fights and never got health recover. And so I just tried fighting the boss over and over with 1 HP. And it's one of the more annoying bosses. This area in general is going to be like the most annoying. It's got the most annoying viruses, and it's got the most annoying stipulation to it. No, crap. Wow. Got really lucky with the encounter right there. You also may be wondering why I've never tried to run from a fight. That's because the way that running works in this game is your chances of running are based on your HP, and the limit for running is very high and very unrealistic. And so wasting turns trying to run is pointless when we can just try and fight them. Trying to fight the viruses is actually a lot faster than trying to run. So we just fight. Do we bother to help the girl lying down, probably poisoned? Nope. Nope. Just gonna keep on going. Alright. Here comes the most aggravating computer in the game. Trust me, if there was something, if you could actually just like stop and help, I would, but that's not a thing you can do. Wow. 2 encounters already. So the guy in the middle there, that is the most aggravating virus in this comp. Those guys just, they're relentless. And they will mess you up pretty easily. Because they do not care about you. They will mess with you. Now, the guy that was on the ground, I'm getting this antidote because he was poisoned. So now, when I grab the antidote, there are snakes that want to come out and stop me. Normally, you would want to run out of the way and avoid getting hit, but I don't care. I'm just going to walk through the snakes. There are only a few of them where it's faster to walk out of the way. And now you see the little skull and crossbones. That means I'm poisoned. But thankfully, this guy is nice enough to share some of his antidote if I get poisoned. And as long as we have the antidote, we cannot get into encounters, which is what I was saying earlier about avoiding encounters. You would just grab the antidote, and then no encounters. and for some odd reason, the step counter does not go up when you have an antidote. And this is where a lot of the problems in this area come in, is I damage boost because it's faster, but at the expense of my health. So you'd be very careful in a lot of this and just pray that you get health drops, which because of the weapon I'm using, I won't get, so I won't unequip it unless I desperately need the health. Okay, so next up is a nice little abuse of the game's mechanic with the antidote to avoid encounters. So the next guy I have to help is actually there with a friend who's also been poisoned. So there are two different antidotes we have to grab. But the game doesn't make it so you can't grab both. So what we're going to do is I'm going to talk to both these guys so I can pick up both their antidotes. Then I'm going to go and pick up one antidote, not getting encounters, and then go over and pick up the other antidote while still having no encounters, and then just go casually back to them. Now, the only problem with doing this is if you get poisoned by the snakes, then you're going to take a lot more damage. So we're going to avoid getting poisoned on the first antidote. Wow. Now, the poison can't actually kill you. It'll bring you down to 1 HP. So... Now, we did all that so we could avoid encounters completely, so we didn't have to worry. The only downfall is now I'm, at 100 HP. So I'm going to have to be a little bit more careful. God damn it. Oh my god. He jumped in the way. This is tense. Oh my god, please heal me. It didn't heal me. So now I'm gonna have to save. Because the game decided to be a jerk. So now you can see why those guys are so annoying. The worst virus in the game. Now I'm gonna continue to go the safe route for now. I've got plenty of time to spare. So we're gonna just make sure I'm safe here. Alright, so here's coming up is the last door. And we're gonna do the little trick again with the double antidote. Okay. So now comes the important decision. Do I fight another encounter in hopes of healing, or do I just go in? I'm gonna try and go in first. See if luck's on my side here. Please heal, please heal. Nope. What's up, Wonder J? If I could stop getting swords, that'd be great. What? It hit me twice? I almost had it. I did not know that laser hit more than once. Boom. Get the fuck out. Holy... It seems to be on my end. For some reason, my CPU usage has skyrocketed. Yeah, OBS went from using 30% of my CPU to using 60. I'm not sure why. I'm not dropping frames, it's just because of the CPU usage. Hopefully it returns to normal. I swear, if my computer or my laptop crashes or something during this, I'm gonna be so mad. Please stop, computer. Please. For the love of Christ. Can you guys hear me all right, or is my mic messing up as well? Uh, I don't know what to do, honestly. I don't know why it's killing my computer. I don't know what to do, guys. I'm not quite sure what's causing it. It seems to be returning to normal. At least somewhat. Okay, can you guys hear me now? The CPU usage seems to have dropped back down to around normal, so assuming everyone hasn't left because of the slideshow. I'm really sorry for that, guys. I don't know why it was doing that. And when the stream died, that was me restarting it to see if that would do anything. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what happened. The CPU usage skyrocketed to like 60-70% for no good reason. I tried restarting the stream if that would see if that would do anything. But it didn't, so I don't know. I don't know what caused that. I was actually debating closing the stream and just like locally recording. Okay. Well, I'm sorry for what happened. I don't know why that occurred. It's very odd that that happened. But it's okay, you guys didn't really miss much from the story with that lag fest. I was gonna be real mad if my computer crashed during that or something. I hate those loud mouths. Alright, so as you saw the little timer on screen, that makes it so little dump trucks come by and they get real annoying. So what I'm going to do is to avoid that and avoid a possible another encounter is I'm going to just pulse out and go right back in. All those guys remain found, and I can just advance. Oh my Christ. So there are two of these guys, but I can only hurt the one with the health bar underneath him. Alright, so we're coming up to the end game. But we still have one very, very annoying fight left. It is known as the triple jammer fight, and it is the hardest fight in the run. Now that email we have to read, so. And as you might have noticed, the bro number went down to 0 and my health dropped significantly. And that's because we cut all the brother bands we formed throughout the game. Not by choice, but, you know, whatever. Wow. Really good jammer fight. But the worst is yet to come. We need to get that kind of good luck on the next fight. And you'll see why the next fight is the hardest fight in the game. And another unskippable cutscene. I've had that happen before. I've had my internet say, or my laptop show like the red X showing like your thing did whatever. The word is escaping my mind right now, but it says that it's not functioning yet. I was on the internet talking on Skype and watching a Twitch stream. It was pretty based. Now, the next fight is the triple jammer fight, and it's so scary that I will always save before that fight. I do that a lot. My keyboard's really small, and so I accidentally hit enter a lot, and so a lot of people they think that my thoughts are over, but like I end up, leaving it mid sentence. All right. Now we also have something better. We finally get our Giga card. And now, because of that, we're pretty powerful. But that won't save us entirely. Okay, so this is the triple jammer fight. Just look at how chaotic it is. These guys are constantly moving. And are never in sync with each other. Yeah, it's pretty good. I like it. Wow. I finally draw what I needed to win. Also, what's up, Tara? Yeah. As you can see, that was pretty hectic. Those guys never stop moving. And it's hard to get a hit on them. That Giga card is what I'd ideally want first turn, because it does a lot of damage, but, stuff doesn't always work out the way you want it to. No, I'm on Dragon. What's up, Zero? How's it going? Feel like you guys missed the train wreck earlier. My computer started to have a huge fit, and so the stream was turning into a slideshow, only because of CPU usage. Dude, nice. Where do you work? Thanks for sharing, Wonder J. I mean, that's what you get for working outside, right? Even though you may not look burnt, you're probably burnt. Sounds like fun. What do you do? Is it you just like a clerk or something? Walmart's a pretty scary place. The only ones I've been to were like the giant super centers, and people get pretty insane in those places. Oh. Well, I mean, at least you get to not you or at least you don't have to deal with the people, right? That's something. Well, the one that I lived to just recently became a super center. It used to be like a very, very small Walmart, and then they bought the property behind them so they could make a super center. Yeah, Wonder J works with Walmart. Now we get a rematch with these guys. But this time I drew what I wanted first turn. And they move out of the way. That's twice I've done that. Twice I've done that in my life now. I am so mad. That was dumb. Dumb, 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 dumb. Alright, we're about to start the end game, or about to go into the final area. But I'm so close. I'm only like a minute off of record now. And so I need to not screw up. I can take back the record with this run if everything past this just goes right. Everything just needs to not suck. And so we enter the final area of the game. Ah. Okay. What was it? I had to look at my notes because I forgot what the code was. Oh my lord. I don't think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna miss it by like a hair. He died at the final boss. Amazingly. He did what I previously thought was impossible. Okay, so these areas you're supposed to fly around and get a secret code for the doors, but, I mean, I already have them written down, so why bother, right? Oh my lord. If you're wondering why I keep reading those doors even though I can't go through them yet, it's because the game forces you to. I have to read them to be able to get what I'm supposed, or like to find out what I'm supposed to do. The one interesting error there is every time every time you fix one of those spots, it says there's one last one, which is incorrect. Alright, we're almost done. This is the last one of these doors. Alright, it's time for the final boss, everybody. Alright, here we go. Oh, I hate these black hole guys. And I can't do this in one turn. Fantastic. These guys can only be hurt by swords. What? I've never gotten 2 encounters here. Never. What the hell? What? This game is fucking me. This game is purposely doing this. I'm not gonna be able to do it now, guys. It's over. It's over. I probably won't even PB. After all this shit. We did it, guys. That's record by 50 seconds. Exactly. Ugh. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's so stupid. It should have been a lot more than that. I lost 2 minutes at Gemini Spark because around that time my computer started to have a fit, and so I started freaking out and was paying more attention to my computer than the game. And now it looks like it's doing it again.